Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. I've been sitting in my car. I've been sitting here for about 10 or 15 minutes watching these two fellas build something with concrete blocks, cinder blocks. They mixed it up. I watched them. Did you know I went to college for concrete industry management? I went to the CIM program at MTSU. I spent a couple summers building driveways. They used to make fun of me because I would wear pearls and makeup, show up to build a driveway. They'd be like, you can't wear pearls. I'd be like, and my lady balls. It was a male-dominated industry, which is fine. I love that, Sometimes females are hard to work with. Not you, but some women are. Some women just are threatened, I've got a personality, and so I'm not a threat, but I prefer working with men now that we're talking about it. They're just easier to work with. Probably because they're dumb. I'm just kidding. I'm just not kidding. It's just mostly females over here on my channel, though. I sound like Matt Rife. Well, he was hating on the females. He didn't want the females. I want the females. I tell my husband all the time, you're about the only man I like, okay? You're lucky you made the cut. I got off subject. What was I talking about? Oh! Watching these dudes. I'm about to go up there and ask them if they need help. They don't. I've been sitting here so long, though, because they're listening to a Spanish podcast, and I'm invested. I don't know what they're talking about, but it's interesting. I'm not sure what they're building right there. They've already built the... You want to see? Can you see? I don't know if you can see. I don't know if they're doing... There's a bank right there or something going. Anyway, I didn't graduate college, though. I went to college, but I didn't graduate. I learned some stuff. I learned how to work in a group. That's what you learn in college. And I learned how to do a PowerPoint. But if you got to do a PowerPoint, you know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't give a 10-minute... I gave a 10-minute presentation today. I spent 5 minutes of it showing a TikTok, so... One of my long ones. One of my 5-minute ones. The one with my simmer pot. Have you seen my Stanley? I bought this because they bought that woman a car. I know I've told you that before. Anyhow, I just got out of therapy. I was fine, in a good mood before I went in there. And then I told her, I was like, there's really nothing heavy. And, I'm not in any crises mode. You know what we talked about? I think I have anxious attachment. Every time I'm calm, every time I'm peaceful, I got to do something to mess it up, Drink an energy drink or hit my vape. I'm not nicotine vape, not that vape, my other vape. Sometimes it makes my heart beat fast. I get anxious. Sativa. You got to watch yourself. I got me a hybrid this last time. That's probably why I'm chill. That's probably why I'm sitting here. I'm going to sit here for a little while longer. I'm not going anywhere. She doesn't charge me to sit in the parking lot. She charges me to sit in the office, though. Now I feel a different type of way. I feel a different type of way about how I was feeling before I went in there when we didn't talk. And then you got to dredge up old stuff. They're making progress, though. Fast. Quick. I'm not, I remember a little bit about, I remember how to tamp concrete and stuff. I remember slope. Let me teach a class. I'm about to fill out a job application at MTSU. I love you.